Just a simple meme. Hello Spanish, Spanish, hello friend, hello. This is the country where women don't have husbands, where all the women in this country don't have a husband to marry. It's true, and even the government has to go around looking because this is the country where there are no men. The government is looking for someone for the women to marry because there are no men left. And they're not just looking for any husband, they're specifically looking for a Latino to marry. We see this in publications. Is this fiction or does it really have some basis? So I give myself permission. I assigned myself the task of coming all the way here to Iceland to investigate if all this is true. So let's ask Icelandic women how true all of this is. Are you really desperate to leave your country looking for a Latino? Let's see, let's find out. I assigned myself the task of nothing really, don't thank me. It was a pleasure to come here. This photograph of these Icelandic girls, it was one of the most shared images on Facebook at the beginning of this year. Millions of people saw it and shared it, especially in Latin American countries. By the way, before we start, this image was created with artificial intelligence. There are a lot of websites and apps that tell you if an image is real or not, but whether this specific photo is real or not, it doesn't matter. Let's look at the concept of Icelandic women. First, we'll review some facts about Iceland.
Hello.
Hello, say hello, Mexico.
Hello, Mexico. How are you, Mexico? Cancun?
Cancun.
Cancun. We love Cancun. Good night, brother.
Let's start with the average height of Icelanders. It's one of the tallest in the world. For men, it tells us that the average is over 1.82 meters. This is the average height. But in the time I've been here, I haven't seen a single guy under 2 meters. Which makes me look even shorter than I already am. Ugly, dumb, and short. It's a tough situation here, cool guy, the Icelanders. And even though the drain plug in their pool is taller than me, the post where they tie up their dog is taller than me. They're still very friendly and treat me well. They probably see me as something funny, like an Oompa Loompa from another country. Well now, as I was saying, a little bit of geography, facts and general knowledge to give Icelandic women a bit more humanity. It's not just a meme about people looking for a husband. Some facts about Iceland so you can see them as the human beings they are and not just as this meme we saw. Let's begin. Iceland is located in northern Europe in the North Atlantic Ocean, just below the Arctic Circle. Reykjavik, the capital and largest city, is Iceland's political, economic and cultural hub. The 2024 population is estimated at 390,000. That's very little, and they also have a very low population density, around 4 people per square kilometer. They are a homogeneous country, with most inhabitants being native Icelanders of Nordic or Celtic descent. And the minorities who are immigrants from other countries come from other Nordic countries. Some are Polish and Lithuanian. Icelandic is their official language, but their population is so small that everyone, and I mean everyone, speaks perfect and fluent English. With some of them, you don't even notice that English isn't their first language. It's like you're in the United States. Their income per person is approximately 80,000 United States dollars per year, which is among the highest in the world. But things here are extremely expensive. It's like $6 for an apple. Iceland doesn't have a permanent army, but it's one of the safest and least corrupt countries in the world. Which proves that to have safe streets, you don't need the military out on the streets. It also ranks highest in global gender equality, as I showed in the previous video. This is the best country for women, and the country's energy comes almost entirely from renewable sources. What could be better than a bit of information to stop seeing an entire people as just a simple meme? Hello, Spanish, Spanish, hello, friend, hello. As I was saying before, I was interrupted by these annoying blondes who think they can just come up to me on the street whenever they want and interrupt my work. There is some truth to it. The truth is that there are a lot of single women here, both men and women, and this is where the little problem starts. The viral trend, what stirred up men all over the world. For these women to find a partner in such a small population, just 390,000 people, it's very common for them to have to leave their country. It's like living in a small town, you just didn't find someone there and you have to leave. How many people do you know who are from a small village and to find a partner or husband they had to leave? Is this happening here? It's not that they don't like each other or that they absolutely want a man from another country. It's just that their population is very low, and this leads them to look for partners elsewhere. It's sad, because the native Icelander is going to disappear. They're going to blend in with the rest of the world, and their language will become extinct. Native Icelanders, as they are now, will cease to exist because their population isn't large enough. If you can't find a husband in your small village, you move to another village in your state where they speak the same language, or to another state, but still within your country. They don't have that option. And is it true that because of their low population, Icelandic women have very few options when it comes to finding a husband? There are very few people here, and it's very common that you meet someone and it turns out they're your second or third cousin. And you have to check that you're not genetically related. To do this, the government made an app. You register on it when you meet someone and have a romantic interest in them, meaning you start dating a girl. Both of you register in a database created by the government, which notifies you if you are related, if you have any common ancestor. The island is so small and the population is so small that you almost always have a common ancestor. This app was launched to prevent cousins from unintentionally getting together, which unfortunately in such a small population is very common. So it's already part of Icelandic culture. Before making a relationship official with someone, you get your genetic test done, and this app helps you do it very quickly and easily. This isn't anything out of the ordinary. In Mexico, they ask you for a blood test when you're going to get married to make sure you're not related. And we're 110 million. Now imagine a population with less than 400,000 people. And that's where the myth came from, that the government was paying you to come and marry these women. Therefore, they have to go to other countries in search of a husband. Yes, it's true. Icelandic women go on their own. They don't need their government to find them a husband. That's completely a myth. They go out of Iceland on their own in search of a partner to marry, but when they do, the first countries they go to are the other Nordic countries. That is Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. And these Nordic countries have a very similar language, a very similar culture, and also the look. Iceland is culturally very related to these countries. For example, in elementary school they learn Danish. It's the second language they are taught in their education system, and there are student exchange programs. It's very common for them to go to these countries, starting with Denmark and Norway, so teenagers here in Iceland easily get to know each other. They have several friends in Denmark or Norway, so when they start dating outside their country, they begin with these people they already know. Even so, the myth that Icelandic women are desperate to get married led to harassment towards them, mainly women on social media by men from all over the world. To the point that women here in Iceland stopped putting on their social media that they are from Iceland to avoid being contacted by men and being harassed. And honestly, this is embarrassing. It's not right. It's really bad. There's nothing wrong with saying I like them or they catch my attention if they're very attractive. But for example, if you go on Instagram and use the Icelandic hashtag in the Icelandic language using Google Translate, you go down the list, add people one by one and harass those who accept you. Or that you join Icelandic Facebook groups using language translators pretending that you're in Iceland and harassing them. That honestly is just embarrassing. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to meet an Icelandic woman, buy a ticket and come to Iceland to meet her in person. Believe me, I've already come here. Is it possible? They're very friendly. Come to any of these places where I'm walking and I assure you, will you meet one? But harassing them on social media just makes all men in the world look ridiculous, honestly. So the government of Iceland launched a petition in which they paid for ads on television in the most common countries, to ask them to please stop harassing their women online, because many men were adding them on Facebook and social media to hit on them, to harass them. Well, to finish up, to conclude, it's not that there's a shortage of men in Iceland, there's a shortage of population in Iceland. And does this mean that some Icelanders, both men and women, have to leave their country in search of relationship opportunities? But this doesn't mean that their government, the government of Iceland, is paying men from around the world to come and populate the island, in quotes. Or that women are so desperate that they're posting public ads on social media looking for a husband. These videos we see of Icelandic women begging for people to come love them and visit them are made with artificial intelligence and are only made to scam men. If the women here are very attractive, if they look like the photos we've seen, those photos made with artificial intelligence, they are made based on how people here actually look. That's true, but that doesn't mean they're so desperate that they'll go with just anyone, that you can just go online and sign up Icelandic women and you'll get 50 genuine ones who exist in real life. Yes, you'll get 50, but they're 50 scammers. So if you want one of these, look, sir, buy yourself a ticket. You land at Reykjavik airport, you walk to this street, the main street, and just organically talk to them. If I did it being dumb, short, and ugly, anyone can. May courage be with you and see you next time.